Wait, wait, wait! Dr. Ashford throws his head back, laughing so hard his face turns red. This little girl thinks she can crack my system? He slaps the table. The microphone picks up every word as he turns to the other judges. She probably can't even spell encryption! More laughter from the audience. He walks up, towers over her, grabs her chin, tilts her face up like inspecting merchandise. Look at me when adults are talking. Then yanks the microphone away from her hands. Security, get her back to her seat. This is embarrassing. He tosses her papers off the table. They scatter across the floor. She drops to her knees, scrambling to pick them up. Stay down there. That's where you belong. The room gasps. Her grandmother shoots up from her seat. What this man didn't know, that little girl kneeling on the floor was about to destroy him. Rewind to 6 hours earlier. The Bronx. A fifth-floor walk-up where paint peels like old skin. The stairwell reeks of fried fish and bleach. Amara Johnson sits at a wobbly kitchen table, laptop propped on library books. Screen flickering. Battery at 8%. She has been coding since 5 a.m. Her grandmother Claudette shuffles in wearing her cleaning uniform. Blue polyester, faded from 1,000 washes. She scrubs Wall Street office floors at night. $28,000 a year for 2 people. Have you eaten yet, baby? Amara does not look up. Her fingers fly across the keyboard. Numbers scroll faster than most people can read. Claudette sets down a plate. Scrambled eggs. Toast. You need your strength today. Today is CyberQuest Youth Challenge, the biggest cybersecurity competition in America. 10 finalists, ages 8 to 18. The winner gets $50,000 plus a full scholarship to MIT's Youth Genius program. Amara is the youngest, by 3 years. She learned cryptography at age 8, not from tutors or expensive coding camps. From YouTube videos she watched on the library's public computers. From Reddit forums where she asked questions at midnight. From a battered copy of the Code Book. She found it in a Goodwill bin for $2. Last year, at 9, she cracked Pizza Hut's promotional code. It was supposed to be secure. It was not. She emailed the company explaining the vulnerability. They sent her $50 and free pizza for a year. The local news ran a feel-good piece about the Bronx girl who outsmarted a pizza chain. The video got 40,000 views. Most comments were sweet. Some were not. Her dad is probably a programmer. Someone obviously helped her. She just got lucky. Her father left when she was 2. Claudette raised her alone on a cleaning salary. There was no secret genius hiding in the background helping with code. But people always assume. Now Amara is competing against kids from Stuyvesant High School, Phillips Exeter Academy, Silicon Valley private schools where annual tuition costs more than Claudette makes in a year. Kids with brand new MacBook Pros and private tutors and parents who are chief technology officers and computer science professors. Amara has a 5-year-old Dell laptop that Claudette bought from a pawn shop for $150. The N key sticks. The battery dies after 90 minutes, but it runs Python. That is all she needs. The competition has 3 rounds. Online qualifying with 500 contestants. Semifinals in New York with 50 people. Finals at Javits Center with 10 finalists competing live in front of judges, press, and 300 spectators. Challenge 1 tests classical ciphers. Caesar, Vigenere, substitution codes. Challenge 2 asks contestants to find security holes in sample code. SQL injection, cross-site scripting, buffer overflows. Challenge 3 is the advanced one. Modified RSA 2.48 decryption, designed by Dr. Richard Ashford himself. Richard Ashford, 48 years old, white, PhD from MIT, 15 years consulting for the Pentagon, NSA, and FBI. 2 patents in asymmetric encryption. Best-selling author of Unbreakable, The Future of Military Encryption. He has been a judge at CyberQuest for 7 years. In 7 years, he has never scored a black contestant in the top 3. In 7 years, he has never given high marks to anyone under 13. His stated philosophy from a Tech Insider interview: advanced cryptography requires abstract thinking that young minds simply have not developed yet. And without proper institutional training, proper mentorship, proper resources, raw intelligence only gets you so far. Translation: if you did not attend the right schools, if you do not have the right background, you do not belong here. Challenge 3 is supposed to take 3 hours. RSA encryption is so complex that breaking it normally requires either the secret key or a supercomputer running for decades. But in her semi-final submission, Amara wrote something that made Ashford's jaw tighten. She wrote, "Challenge 3 likely contains a vulnerability in the random number generation used for key creation. If my hypothesis is correct, I can solve it in 45 minutes using a timing attack instead of brute force." Timing attack. That is a real technique used by real hackers. It exploits the tiny delays in how a system processes information. When Ashford read that line, he laughed. He showed it to the other judges. "A 10-year-old thinks she found a flaw in my system. The audacity." But here is what he did not say out loud. If she is right, if there really is a timing vulnerability, then the encryption system he designed for the Pentagon has a critical flaw, one that enemies could exploit, one that would cost him his reputation, his contracts, his credibility. If she is right, 8 years of his work collapses. So he made a decision. He would make sure she never got the chance to prove it. Back in the Bronx apartment, Claudette kisses the top of Amara's head. "You will do great, baby." Amara closes her laptop, slides it into her worn backpack next to a sandwich wrapped in aluminum foil. She does not know yet that the rules are about to change, that the time limit will be cut in half, that she will be humiliated in front of hundreds of people. She does not know that in 6 hours, a man with every advantage will try to crush her in public. She just knows she is ready. 8 a.m. Javits Center Competition Hall. 10 workstations in a semicircle. Cameras overhead. Amara finds Station 7. Her Dell laptop looks ancient beside the sleek machines. Station 1. Kevin Zhang, 17. Dual monitors, mechanical keyboard. Station 4. Sophia Martinez, 16. MacBook Pro, $300 headphones. Station 9. Brandon Whitmore, 16. Custom gaming rig. Station 7. Amara Johnson, 10 years old, and years. Goodwill sneakers. Duct-taped laptop. Dr. Lawson takes the microphone. Stanford professor, fair-minded. "Welcome to CyberQuest Finals. 6 hours total. 3 challenges. Challenge 3 has a 3-hour window. Challenge 1 starts. Classical ciphers. Amara finishes in 38 minutes. Third fastest. Challenge 2 begins at 10. Find code vulnerabilities in a login system. Brandon presents first. SQL injection at line 47. I have patched it. Judges nod. Ashford says, "Excellent work." Sophia finds cross-site scripting. Kevin finds weak encryption. More praise. Amara raises her hand. "Yes, Amara?" She walks to the front, points at the screen. Brandon is right about SQL injection, but there is another problem. Lines 73 to 75, race condition. She explains. 2 requests at the same millisecond. The security variable gets overwritten. Wrong person gets access. Brandon frowns. That timing is nearly impossible. May I show you, Doctor? Lawson nods. Amara types a quick script. 2 threads. Simultaneous requests. Hits enter. 3 seconds. Screen shows. Access granted. Complete bypass. Silence. Dr. Williams from IBM sits up. She is correct. Race condition. Senior developers miss these. Dr. Lawson. That is graduate-level work. Ashford's jaw tightens. Lucky catch. Dr. Lawson cuts him off. She demonstrated the exploit and the fix, not luck. Scores update. Brandon drops to 82. Amara jumps to 94. Second place. The Bronx section erupts before being shushed. Claudette cries quietly, hands over her mouth. Ashford writes hard on his clipboard. Noon. Lunch break. Amara eats her foil-wrapped sandwich alone. Kevin stops by. That was impressive. Good luck. Brandon's friends glare. One says loud enough, "Show off!" 12:30. Judges return. Dr. Lawson takes the mic. Announcement regarding Challenge 3. Ashford stands, takes the microphone from her. Based on ambitious claims from the semifinals, we are adjusting parameters. Challenge 3 now has a 90-minute limit, down from 3 hours. The room explodes. Not fair! We planned for 3 hours. Ashford raises his hand. Silence. If you are skilled, 90 minutes is sufficient. He stares at Amara. Unless someone exaggerated. He walks to her station, towers over her. Amara, you wrote you could solve this in 45 minutes, correct? Her throat tightens. Yes. Then 90 is generous. Unless you were lying. The word echoes. Lying. 300 people watch. Cameras roll. I was not lying. Wonderful. Prove it. In front of everyone. He turns to the room. 90 minutes. If you cannot finish, you were not ready. Dr. Lawson steps forward. Richard, this is irregular. Within regulations, time constraints can be adjusted for competitive integrity. He looks down at Amara. Do you accept? Or apologize now for wasting our time? 10 seconds stretch forever. Claudette nods, barely visibly. Amara's voice is quiet but steady. I accept. Ashford smiles coldly. Brave. Let us see if you are smart or just lucky. Marcus from the tech booth mouths, You got this. Amara's stomach knots. 90 minutes. If her timing vulnerability hypothesis is wrong, she needs 3 hours minimum. With her slow laptop, maybe 4. If wrong, she fails publicly. On camera. Forever. If right, everything changes. 1:15 p.m. 15 minutes until Challenge 3. The trap is set. Rewind 3 hours. Back to Challenge 2. Before the trap was set. 10:30 a.m. The Vulnerability Finding Challenge. Each contestant scans 200 lines of code looking for security holes. A web login system. Python code. Flask framework. Cameras stream every keystroke to the big screen. Parents watch from the gallery. The air smells like coffee and nervous sweat. Brandon Whitmore finishes first. 16. Palo Alto. Expensive haircut. Confidence that comes from never hearing no. He raises his hand. Dr. Lawson calls him forward. Brandon walks to the display. Points at line 47. Classic SQL injection vulnerability. The username field accepts raw input without sanitization. An attacker could inject malicious commands, dump the database, or bypass authentication. He shows his fix. Parameterized queries. Clean. Professional. The judges lean back, impressed. Ashford speaks. Excellent, Brandon. Textbook execution. Professional security analysis. Dr. Lawson nods. Well done. Can anyone else find vulnerabilities? Sophia raises her hand. Found cross-site scripting. Gets praise. Kevin identifies weak password hashing. MD5 instead of bcrypt. More nods. Dr. Lawson checks her watch. All right, we will score. A small hand goes up. Station 7. Yes, Amara? Amara stands. Her chair scrapes loud. She is tiny. The desk reaches her chest. She stands on tiptoes to be seen. Her voice barely carries. Brandon is right about SQL injection. Sophia is right about scripting. But there is something else. She walks forward slowly. Every eye follows. She reaches the screen, stretches up to point. Here, lines 73 through 75, race condition. Silence. Brandon frowns. What? No. I checked. If two requests come at exactly the same time, like two browser tabs clicking login simultaneously, the variable user verified gets written by both. One overwrites the other before the security check completes. Her hand shakes, but her voice steadies. Think of it like two people grabbing the same bus seat. The first person is halfway sitting. The second does not see them yet. Both think the seat is theirs. Collision. Here, the same thing happens. Process 1 checks the password, says OK, verified. But before it grants access, Process 2 comes in, fails the password check, sets verified to false. Then Process 1 continues anyway, grants access. The attacker gets in with the wrong password. Brandon uncrosses his arms. That timing would be nearly impossible. May I demonstrate? Dr. Lawson glances at Ashford. He shrugs, irritated. She nods. Go ahead. Amara returns to her station, opens her terminal. The screen projects large. Her fingers move fast. 15 lines of Python, 2 threads, both sending login requests at the exact same microsecond. Using threading library, 2 functions both hit the login route, one with the correct password, one with the wrong password. Launch simultaneously. The race window is tiny, maybe 5 milliseconds, but it exists. She hovers over to enter. If I am wrong, both fail. If I am right. She presses enter. 3 seconds. Green text appears. Access granted. Authentication bypassed. Login succeeded. Wrong password. Through Brandon's patch. Dead silence. Dr. Williams from IBM sits bolt upright. He has looked half asleep for 2 hours. Not anymore. She is correct. Textbook race condition, one of the hardest vulnerabilities to catch because the timing window is so narrow. I have seen 10-year veterans ship code with this exact flaw. He looks at Amara. Really looks. How old are you? 10. You understand thread synchronization? I read about it. Stack Overflow mostly. A YouTube channel called Computer File explained mutex locks clearly. Dr. Williams shakes his head slowly. I teach this at graduate level. Dr. Lawson smiles. Amara, can you explain the fix? Amara goes to the whiteboard, reaches high to write. Letters neat despite her arm stretching. You wrap the critical section in a lock, like 2 people using the same bathroom. The lock makes the second person wait until the first is completely finished. In code, threading.lock does this. Only one thread executes that section at a time. No collision. She writes the corrected code. Clean, simple. Graduate work from a 5th grader. Exceptional, Amara. Ashford has not spoken. His pen digs into paper, nearly tearing it. Finally, lucky catch. Race conditions are edge cases. In real deployments, they rarely... Dr. Lawson cuts him off. Sharp. Richard. She spotted it, demonstrated the exploit, explained it clearly, and provided the fix. This is not luck. This is understanding. Ashford's face flushes red. He writes something harsh. Scores update. Brandon, 95. 82. Amara, 89. 94. New standings. First, Kevin, 96. Second, Amara, 94. The Bronx section erupts. 15 people on their feet. Her teacher was crying. Claudette covering her face. Tears streaming. Security rushes over. Quiet during competition. They sit, but energy radiates off them like heat. Amara walks back to her station, legs like jelly. She sits, hands shaking violently. She clasps them together. Around the room, contestants stare. Some were impressed. Some are hostile. Brandon's friend whispers loud enough to hear. Someone fed her that. No way she figured it out. Another probably memorized it. She cannot actually understand that code. But Kevin catches her eye. Thumbs up. Mouths, incredible. From the judge's table, Ashford writes furiously. Not scoring notes. Something else. Jaw muscles working. He leans toward Michael Carter from Google, whispers behind his hand. Carter glances at Amara. Back at Ashford. Nods slowly. Something is being planned. Dr. Williams is still staring at Amara. He pulls out his phone, types a note. Later, people will learn he emailed IBM's youth outreach that day. Subject: recruit this kid. But right now, the energy has shifted. Before this, Amara was a cute story. Youngest contestant, feel-good piece. Judges smiled at her like adults smile at children's science projects. Patronizing, sweet, not serious, not anymore. She demonstrated skill most professionals lack. She did not guess, did not get lucky. She understood concurrency at a level requiring real study, real depth. She proved she belongs, and that makes her dangerous. Ashford stands, straightens his jacket, walks toward the back hallway. Footsteps heavy, deliberate. Marcus, the IT assistant, watches from the tech booth, sees Ashford leave, then looks at Amara. She does not notice. She is reviewing notes for Challenge 3, trying to calm her breathing. Marcus pulls out his phone, texts his supervisor. Can you cover booth for 10 minutes? Need to check something. He has a feeling. A bad one. 7 years ago, he was a contestant, placed 15th. Ashford scored him lowest of all judges. Told him afterward, maybe try a different field. This might not be for you. He knows what is coming, and he will not let it happen again. 12:15 p.m. Lunch break. The energy shifts. A parent in the gallery pulls out their phone. Records 30 seconds. Posts to Twitter. 10-year-old just schooled teenagers at CyberQuest. Found vulnerability they all missed. Unreal. Within 20 minutes, 15,000 views. Within an hour, 50,000. Hashtag trends, 10-year-old hacker. NPR's tech reporter tweets, following CyberQuest Live, 5th grader from Bronx just demonstrated graduate-level security analysis. Story developing. New York Times. At CyberQuest, youngest contestant Amara Johnson, 10, identified race condition that stumped older competitors. Currently 2nd place. TechCrunch runs a post. Bronx girl stuns national cybersecurity competition. Black Twitter explodes. This baby showing these folks what brilliance looks like. From the Bronx, go ahead, baby girl. She better win this whole thing. But darker comments come too. Who is helping her? 10-year-olds cannot know this. Her grandmother probably has a computer science PhD. Someone is feeding her answers. Staged for media attention. Reddit threads multiply. Some celebrating, some skeptical, some hostile. Top comment, 200 upvotes. I am a software engineer with 8 years experience. I would not have caught that race condition. Either this kid is the next Grace Hopper or something fishy is happening. Inside Javits Center, Amara knows none of this. She sits at Station 7 eating her sandwich, reviewing notes on timing attacks, but everyone else knows. Parents checking phones, whispering, pointing. Kevin and Sophia approach during lunch. Kevin sits beside her. That race condition was impressive, but Challenge 3. You really think you can crack Ashford's system in 45 minutes? Amara swallows. I think there is a timing vulnerability in the key generation. If I am right, yes. Sophia leans in, concerned. Amara, timing attacks on RSA are PhD level. My mom teaches computer science at Columbia. She says most professionals do not fully understand timing attacks. Are you sure? Not 100%, but I studied it, tested it on simpler systems. The math works. Kevin speaks gently. Ashford designed encryption for the Pentagon, the NSA. If there was a flaw, someone would have found it. Maybe they were not looking, Sophia sighs. If you are wrong, you fail in front of everyone. The video is already viral. You crash in Challenge 3, that video lives forever. Amara looks at her sandwich, voice quiet. I know. Kevin touches her shoulder. Just make sure you know what you are walking into. I know. They leave. Across the cafeteria, Brandon talks loud with friends. She got lucky. One trick. Watch her bomb Challenge 3. Ashford's system is impossible. Bet she does not even know what RSA stands for. She does. Rivest Shamir Adleman. 3 mathematicians. Public key cryptography. 1977. She read their paper twice. 12:30 p.m. Judges return. Dr. Lawson takes the mic. Before Challenge 3, one announcement. Ashford stands. Walks to the microphone. Due to high public interest, Challenge 3 will be broadcast with full transparency. All 10 contestant screens will stream in real time to the main display. The audience will watch every line of code, every keystroke. Murmurs run through the room. This ensures complete integrity. No one can claim assistance or impropriety. He looks at Amara. Unless anyone has a problem with transparency. Dr. Lawson steps forward. Richard, this is unprecedented. Contestants deserve privacy. The pressure is part of competition. We are training cybersecurity professionals. They need to perform under observation, not negotiable. He turns to contestants. Challenge 3 begins 1:30, 90 minutes. Your screens visible to everyone. Cameras recording. Amara's stomach drops. Solve the hardest challenge in half the time. With 300 people watching every mistake, every hesitation, every failure. The bathroom. Amara splashes cold water on her face. Hands shake. Hands. 2 mothers enter. Do not see her in the stall. That poor girl. Setting her up to fail publicly. If she is wrong, the video goes everywhere. 10-year-old humiliated. Follows her forever. Why would Ashford do this? She is a child. She threatened him. If she is right, his Pentagon contract is in jeopardy. He has to discredit her. They leave. Amara looks in the stall mirror, sees a small girl, wrinkled shirt, Goodwill sneakers with peeling sole, box braids tied with a stretching rubber band. She looks nothing like the other contestants, nothing like the judges, nothing like anyone with power here. But she knows something they do not. She is right. 1:15 p.m., contestants return. The main display shows a grid. 10 boxes. Each will stream a contestant's screen live. Station 7 goes live. Amara's desktop visible. Background photo. Her and Claudette. Her grandmother in cleaning uniform. Amara holding a library book. Someone points. Whispers. Ashford walks slowly down the aisle, hands behind his back. Stops at Station 7. Stands directly behind Amara's chair. She feels his presence. A shadow blocking light. He says nothing, just stands. Dr. Lawson approaches. Richard, what are you doing? Observing. My right as technical judge. You are intimidating a child. I am ensuring academic integrity. Dr. Lawson's jaw tightens. Rules technically allow judge observation. She walks away, furious, but bound. Ashford remains. Close enough for Amara to hear his breathing. 1:25 p.m. 5 minutes until Challenge 3. The trap is not just set. It is a spectacle. Amara closes her eyes. Breathes. In her head, her grandmother's voice. "You will do great, baby." She opens her eyes. Fingers rest on the keyboard. Waiting. 1:30 p.m. Challenge 3 begins. The main screen displays the problem. Modified RSA 2048 decryption. A wall of encrypted text. No source code. Just output. Contestants must reverse engineer the encryption and crack it. Timer starts. 90 minutes counting down. 89:59. 89:58. All 10 screens live on the grid. Everyone can see everything. Amara stares at her laptop. Encrypted messages fill the screen. Long strings of random-looking characters. She types commands to decode them into raw bytes. Behind her, Ashford stands, arms crossed, watching her screen. She feels his breath on her neck. Her fingers tremble. She types. Backspaces. Types again. Hits enter. Output appears. Hexadecimal data. She analyzes patterns. Obstacle 1. The laptop. Her Dell struggles. Decryption analysis requires running multiple processes simultaneously. Her machine cannot handle it. The fan whines, high-pitched, loud. CPU maxing out. She runs a test script. 30 seconds to compile and execute. 30 precious seconds. Another test. 30 seconds again. At this rate, she will waste her 90 minutes waiting for processing. Kevin at Station 1 has dual monitors. His scripts run in 5 seconds. 3 tests ahead already. Amara optimizes her code, cuts every unnecessary line, removes debug statements, strips comments, makes it lean. Tests again. 22 seconds. Better. Not good enough, but better. Timer. 83 minutes remaining. Marcus watches from the tech booth, sees her laptop struggling, sees the compilation times. He makes a decision, walks down, approaches her station, carries a toolkit. Station 7, routine check. Ashford turns. What are you doing? Standard protocol, ensuring equipment functions properly. Her equipment is fine. I need to verify. Regulations. Ashford's eyes narrow, steps aside, barely. Marcus kneels, opens his toolkit. Under pretense of checking connections, he whispers, only she hears. RAM is bottlenecking. I can upgrade. 4 gigs to 8. Takes 2 minutes. You lose 2 now, gain more later. Nod if yes. Amara nods once. Marcus works fast. Unscrews panel, pops old RAM, slides new one in, screws panel back. 2 minutes. All systems nominal. Good luck. Walks away. Ashford glares, suspicious, but saw nothing improper. Amara reboots. 15 seconds. Opens terminal. Runs the same test. 8 seconds. Her eyes widen. 8 instead of 22. She can work now. Timer. 79 minutes. Obstacle 2. The approach. Amara has a hypothesis. Ashford's system uses a random number generator for encryption keys. If that generator has a timing flaw, she can predict the seed and reconstruct keys. But her hypothesis rests on assumptions. She assumes standard generator, Mersenne twister. She assumes system clock timestamp seed. She assumes seed updates at intervals, not continuously. If any assumption is wrong, her approach collapses. She needs brute force. 3 hours minimum. She has 78 minutes. She tests her first assumption. Writes a script analyzing encrypted outputs for Mersenne twister patterns. Runs it. 8 seconds. No pattern detected. Stomach drops. Tries a variant. Different test. Different parameters. No pattern. Another variant. No pattern. Panic creeps in. Cold. Sharp. Her hypothesis might be completely wrong. Behind her, Ashford makes a sound. Satisfied hum. Amara closes her eyes. Breathes. Thinks. Wait. What if he layered something on top? Additional transformation? She remembers. A blog post Ashford wrote in 2018. She read it 6 months ago, researching his work. He mentioned hybrid approach for military applications. Mersenne twister plus XOR operation with timestamp. She pulls up notes, finds the reference. For enhanced security, I employ hybrid random number generation combining Mersenne twister with timestamp-based XOR masking. That is it. He is masking the pattern. She rewrites detection script, adds layer accounting for XOR masking with timestamps. Runs it. 8 seconds. Result. Possible pattern detected. Confidence 62%. Not certain, but possible. She commits. No time for caution. Timer. 68 minutes. Win 1. Community support. The door opens. 15 people file in quietly. Students from PS 55. Her teacher, Ms. Rodriguez, organized a field trip. They carry signs, poster board, and markers. Go Amara! Bronx Pride! PS 55 believes! Security tries stopping them. Dr. Lawson intervenes. Let them stay. Quiet support allowed. They sit behind Claudette. She turns, sees them, starts crying. Amara does not notice. Deep in code. But Claudette knows. Her baby has community behind her. Timer. 63 minutes. Obstacle 3. The missing piece. Amara identified the pattern. Now needs the seed value. Starting point for random number generator. Knowing the seed recreates the entire key sequence. But finding seed requires knowing exactly when encrypted messages were generated. She checks message metadata. Timestamps included, but rounded, not precise. First message, 1200 hours. Noon. Noon exactly? 1201? 1202? Wrong guess means incorrect key sequence. She writes another script. Analyzes intervals between messages. All multiples of 15 minutes, 1200, 1215, 1230, 1245. 15-minute intervals. Exactly. Not natural. Deliberate. Ashford updates seed every 15 minutes. Not continuously. That means 96 possible seed values in 24 hours. Not millions. 96. She can test 96 values. Feasible. Fingers fly. Writes brute force loop. Test all 96 seeds for today. See which matches encrypted output. Hits enter. Script runs. Testing seed 1. 2. 3. Screen fills with output. Failed. 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 Seed 15. 16. Timer. 58 minutes. Other contestants take different approaches. Kevin tries a factorization attack. Sophia attempts padding Oracle exploit. Brandon gave up. Browser window open. Researching. Not implementing. Seed 32. 33. Failed. Failed. Amara's hands grip desk. Come on, please. Seed 41. 42. Timer. 54 minutes. Win 2. Encouragement. Ms. Rodriguez stands in back. Cannot stay quiet. Amara, you can do this, baby. We believe. Security moves. Dr. Lawson raises hand. Let her speak. PS 55 students stand. Quiet chant. Amara! Amara! Others join. Not everyone. Enough. Rumble of support. Ashford's face red. This is disruption. Dr. Lawson cuts through. This is encouragement. Sit down, Richard. Chant continues 10 seconds. Dies down. Energy remains. Amara hears it. Looks up briefly. Sees her community. Nods once. Tiny. Back to code. Seed 53. 54. Timer. 50 minutes. Obstacle 4. Doubt. Seeds keep failing. 60 tested. 70. 80. What if she is wrong? What if 15-minute pattern is coincidence? 85 tested. 5 left. Throat tight. Eyes burn. Seed 86. Failed. 87. Failed. 88. Failed. 3 left. Timer. 48 minutes. If these fail, start over. Different approach. Not enough time. Seed 89. Failed. 2 left. Ashford behind her. Quiet laugh. Smug. Seed 90. Failed. 1 left. Finger hovers over enter. Last chance. Presses. Script runs. Testing seed 91. 8 seconds feel like 8 hours. Output appears. Match found. Seed 169.8422400. Unix timestamp 2024 12 to 24 12 on Twak Oku. Breath stops. She found it. Seed value. Key to the entire system. Types rapidly. Uses seed to regenerate key streams. Feeds into a decryption algorithm. Encrypted messages transform into plain text. Message 1. Operation Nightfall begins at 0600. Message 2. Asset deployed to Sector 7. Message 3. Confirm authorization code Delta 99. Fake military messages. Challenge scenario. But decrypting. Correctly. She cracked the system. Timer. 45 minutes remaining. 45 minutes to spare. Exactly as she predicted. Behind her, Ashford sees her screen. His face goes white. She did it. 45 minutes remaining. Amara has cracked the encryption. Messages decrypted. System broken. She leans back. Exhales. Behind her, Ashford sees her screen. Sees the plain text. His face drains white. Then red. Then white again. He walks fast toward the judge's table. Amara does not notice. She prepares her submission. Documents her approach. Writes explanations. Step 1. Step 2. The seed discovery. Key regeneration. Decryption process. Timer. 42 minutes. At the judge's table, Ashford leans close to Dr. Lawson. Whispers urgently. She shakes her head. He whispers more intensely. Points at a rule book. Dr. Lawson's face hardens. She argues back. But Ashford keeps pointing. Michael Carter leans in. Reads what Ashford points at. Eyebrows raise. Nods slowly. Dr. Lawson stands abruptly. Chair scrapes loud. Walks away. Arms crossed. Furious, but outvoted. Ashford takes the microphone. Contestants, important procedural announcement. The room goes quiet. 10 contestants look up. Challenge 3 involves direct assessment of published work by one of our judges, my encryption system. In the interest of academic integrity, I am invoking Rule 17, Expert Observer Protocol. Dr. Lawson turns, voice sharp. Richard, that is unnecessary. Within regulations. Rule 17 states when a challenge evaluates work authored by a competition official, that official may request real-time peer review. He looks at Amara. I will observe the completion and submission process for any contestant claiming to have found a flaw in my design. I will stand beside that workstation. May ask clarifying questions about methodology, to ensure work is genuinely theirs. Dr. Lawson's voice rises. You are intimidating a child. Exercising my rights under rules. Dr. Carter, you reviewed Rule 17? Carter nods reluctantly. Technically within the rules. Highly unusual for youth competition. Dr. Lawson looks at other judges. Dr. Williams shifts uncomfortably. Dr. Martinez shakes her head. Silent. Bound by rules. Ashford walks toward Station 7. Each step is deliberate. Stops directly beside Amara's chair. Not behind. Beside. Close enough to see every character she types. Please continue, Miss Johnson. Very interested to see your submission. Every detail. Amara's hands freeze. The room is dead silent. 300 people holding breath. Timer. 40 minutes. She looks at her screen. At Ashford towering beside her. Back to the screen. She has the solution, but now must explain it. Defend it. With the man who designed the system right there, watching every word, ready to challenge every claim. The challenge just changed. Not about solving anymore, about surviving interrogation. Dr. Lawson walks to the microphone. Voice controlled but cold. For the record, I formally object to this application of Rule 17. Ashford does not look at her. Eyes locked on Amara's screen. Objection noted. Rule stands. Continue, Miss Johnson. 40 minutes. Use them wisely. Cursor blinks. Waiting. Claudette grips armrests. Knuckles crack. Marcus watches. Cannot help now. PS 55 students frozen. Amara swallows. Throat dry. Hands shaking. Put them back on the keyboard. Types one word, another. Builds a submission document. Ashford leans closer, reading every line. Trap within the trap has sprung. She is inside it. Timer, 40 minutes remaining. Amara types her explanation. Ashford stands beside her, reading over her shoulder. His cologne is overpowering. She writes, "The encryption system contains a timing vulnerability and random number generation for key creation." Ashford speaks loud enough for microphones. Timing vulnerability. Define that. She keeps typing. The system generates keys using a pseudo-random generator seeded by system clock timestamp. How did you determine this? Statistical analysis of encrypted output patterns? Show me that analysis. Her hands pause. She did not save intermediate files, ran them, saw results, moved forward. I ran analysis but did not save. Did you not save your work? Convenient. Continue. Face burns. Timer, 37 minutes. She writes, "The seed updates every 15 minutes. This creates only 96 possible seed values per day." Ashford leans closer. Every 15 minutes. Very specific. Evidence? Message timestamps show 15-minute intervals. Timestamps could be coincidental. Correlation is not causation. Did you test alternatives? I tested multiple frequencies. 15 minutes was, but did not save those tests. No. So we trust your unverified memory? Jaw clenches. Types faster. Timer, 34 minutes. Uncomfortable silence. This is not peer review. This is interrogation. Dr. Lawson stands. Richard, you are cross-examining. I am clarifying methodology. Within Rule 17. Dr. Williams speaks up. This feels inappropriate. Ashford does not turn. Rules apply equally. Continue, Miss Johnson. She writes about finding the seed. Brute force through 96 possibilities. Match at 91. Ashford interrupts. You tested 96 seeds in 10 minutes. 6 seconds per seed. Your laptop does not appear fast enough. Explain. She freezes. The RAM upgrade. Marcus helping. Mention it means disqualification. I optimized my code. Show me. She pulls up the script. He reads every line, takes his time. Timer, 31 minutes. Steps back. Adequate, though suspiciously clean for work under pressure. She types her conclusion. The timing vulnerability allows complete key reconstruction without factoring RSA modulus. Critical flaw exploitable by adversaries. Ashford's voice goes cold. Critical flaw. You claim my Pentagon-approved system protecting classified communications is fundamentally broken? I am saying this implementation has yes or no. Is my system broken? Everyone watching, cameras recording, hands hover, back down, or commit fully. She looks up. Their eyes meet. His hard, challenging. Looks back at screen. Types. Yes, The system has a critical vulnerability compromising security. Room gasps. Ashford's smile razor thin. Bold. Submit now. We review publicly. Timer. 29 minutes. She clicks Submit. Documentation uploads. Appears on main display. Her entire explanation visible to everyone. Ashford walks to front. Stands beside large screen. Ladies and gentlemen, we examine Miss Johnson's submission. Every claim, every assumption, and points at first paragraph. She claims timing vulnerability. Evidence is circumstantial. Observed 15-minute intervals. Did not prove intervals caused by seed updates. Could be test message schedule. Scrolls down. Claims 96 seed tests. No saved output. No verification. Trusting a 10-year-old child. Dr. Lawson stands. Richard, beyond inappropriate. This is peer review. Claims require evidence. Where is hers? He continues, line by line, poking holes, raising doubts. Amara sits, watching him dismantle her work publicly. Face burns, eyes sting. Timer, 25 minutes. Claudette crying, devastated tears. PS55 students shocked silent. Marcus clenches fists, helpless. Ashford reaches her conclusion. Miss Johnson's work shows promise for her age, but lacks rigor for professional cryptanalysis. Claims not substantiated. Methodology not reproducible. Conclusion not supported by evidence. Turns to face her. I appreciate your enthusiasm, but withdraw this submission. Save yourself embarrassment. No shame recognizing when you reached beyond capabilities. He pauses. Voice drops. Softer. More dangerous. You are just a little girl playing with things you do not understand. Go home. Play with dolls. Leave the real work to professionals. Timer. 23 minutes. Amara stares at desk. Laptop screen. Cursor blinking. Hands flat beside keyboard. Not moving. Voice in her head. He is right. You are just a kid. You do not belong. Quit. Around the room, people shift uncomfortably. Some look away. Cannot watch this anymore. Brandon and his friends smirk. Called it. She was always going to fail. Kevin looks down, feels bad for her but relieved it is not him up there. Room waits. Ashford waits. Everyone waits. For her to give up. Amara's hands do not move. Her eyes fixed on the screen but not seeing it. 23 minutes on the clock. Silence is so heavy it hurts. This is the end. 23 minutes remaining. Silence. Amara sits frozen, hands flat on desk, eyes unfocused. In the audience, Claudette stands. Cannot watch anymore. Cannot watch her baby destroyed. She starts toward the exit. Tears streaming. Then stops. Turns back. Looks at Amara. Their eyes meet across the room. Claudette says nothing. Does not need to. Her face says everything. You are my granddaughter. You do not quit. We do not quit. Amara's hands curl slowly into fists. Breathing changes, slower, deeper. She looks up at Ashford at the front, still smiling that smug smile. Then at her screen, cursor still blinking, waiting. Hands move back to keyboard, opens a new terminal window. Ashford sees movement on grid display. Smile falters. Miss Johnson, I suggested you withdraw. I am not withdrawing. Voice quiet, but carries. Clear. Steady. I am going to prove it. Right now. Live. In front of everyone. Room goes electric. People sit straighter. Ashford's smile disappears. That is unnecessary. You said my evidence is insufficient. You said I have no verification, so I demonstrate the exploit. Live right here. Types rapidly, pulls up challenge encrypted messages on one side, opens decryption script on other. Dr. Lawson leans forward. Amara, you do not have to. Yes, I do. Fingers fly, not nervous anymore, not scared, angry, focused, determined. She speaks as she types, voice getting stronger. Dr. Ashford questioned my 15-minute seed intervals claim. Let me prove it. Pulls up message timestamps, projects them large. Message 1, 1200 hours. Message 2, 1215. Message 3, 1230. Message 4, 1245. Message 5, 1300. Circles each timestamp, making it visual, obvious. Not random, exactly 15 minutes apart, every single one. Pulls up probability calculation, types live. If these were random generation times, probability of all landing on exact 15-minute intervals is 0.0001%, 1 in 10,000. Lets that sink in. Not coincidence. Design. Ashford steps forward. That proves nothing about seed updates. I am not finished. Voice cuts through his. Sharp. No deference. Opens another window. Runs her seed testing script again. This time saves every output, makes it visible, scrollable, verifiable. You said no verification. Watch. Script runs. Testing seed values one by one. Each result appears. Failed, failed, failed. Audience mesmerized. Seed 20, 30, 40. Ashford's face goes from confident to concerned to worried. Seed 50, 60. This will take forever, he starts. 20 seconds. Watch. Seed 70, 80, 90. Seed 91. Match found. Screen fills with output. Seed value. Regenerated key stream. Decryption algorithm processing. Then, line by line, encrypted messages transform. Operation Nightfall begins at 0600. Asset deployed to Sector 7. Confirm authorization code Delta 99. Perfect decryption. Right in front of everyone. No questions, no doubts. Room explodes. Not applause yet. Gasps, exclamations. People standing to see better. Dr. Williams from IBM on his feet. Staring. She did it. She actually did it. Amara is not done. Turns in chair. Looks directly at Ashford. Still at front. Not smiling. Pale. You questioned my methodology. Let me explain. Step by step. She stands. Walks to front. Small girl. Big presence. Your system uses Mersenne Twister for random number generation. Standard. But you added XOR masking with timestamp, your proprietary modification. Points at her analysis. Problem is you update seed every 15 minutes instead of continuously, for consistency. So encrypted messages in same 15-minute window use same key stream. Pulls up diagram. Draws on digital whiteboard as she speaks. That reduces your key space from 2 to the power of 2048, effectively infinite, to 96 possibilities per day. That is a timing attack. Dr. Martinez from MIT stands. Can you explain more simply for our audience? Amara nods, in her element now. Teaching. Imagine a lock with 1 trillion possible combinations, unbreakable. But the lock only changes combinations 96 times per day, at exact 15-minute intervals. If you know what time the lock was set, you only try 96 combinations instead of 1 trillion. Points back at screen. That is what Dr. Ashford's system does. Encryption is strong. RSA 2048 is excellent. But key generation is weak. Creates a pattern. Patterns can be exploited. Room dead silent. Everyone understands now. Dr. Williams speaks. Voice carries weight. If this vulnerability exists in the actual Pentagon system, does not finish, does not need to, everyone knows. Classified communications, military operations, national security, all potentially compromised. Ashford finds his voice. This is theoretical. In practice, attacker would need exact timestamp, which is in message metadata. You include timestamps for synchronization, so yes, attacker would know. Not disrespectful, not gloating, just stating facts. Cold, clear, undeniable. Ashford opens mouth, closes it, opens again. Nothing comes out. Dr. Lawson stands, walks to front, looks at demonstration on screen, looks at Ashford. Richard, is this accurate? Does your Pentagon system use same seed update interval? Ashford's jaw works. Military implementation has additional security layers. Not what I asked. Does it use 15-minute seed intervals? Long pause. Yes. Word drops like stone. Dr. Lawson turns to Dr. Williams and Dr. Martinez. We verify this with competition encryption samples. Cross-check her work. Dr. Williams nods, pulls out laptop, runs verification scripts. Dr. Martinez does same. 3 minutes of tense silence. Dr. Williams looks up. Her math is correct. Seed interval confirmed. Vulnerability is real. Dr. Martinez nods. Verified. Legitimate timing attack. Dr. Lawson turns to Ashford. Voice ice. You submitted a cryptographic challenge based on a flawed system. A system currently protecting military communications. Ashford says nothing. Face white. She turns to Amara. Miss Johnson, on behalf of the judging panel, I owe you an apology. Your work is not just correct, it is exceptional. Room erupts. Applause, real applause. Bronx section screaming. PS 55 students jumping. Claudette both hands over face, sobbing with joy. But the moment that breaks the internet happens next. A man in back stands, gray suit, Pentagon ID badge visible. Excuse me, Colonel James Reston, Defense Information Systems Agency, observing this competition. Everyone turns, room quiet again. Miss Johnson, I need to ask you questions about this vulnerability, because if what you demonstrated is accurate, we have a serious security issue needing immediate attention. He looks at Ashford, expression not friendly. Dr. Ashford, I need to speak with you as well, privately. Ashford's career just ended. Everyone knows it. Timer. 19 minutes remaining. Does not matter anymore. Amara Johnson, 10 years old, from Bronx, wearing Goodwill sneakers, using duct-taped laptop, just exposed critical flaw in Pentagon encryption. In front of 300 witnesses and a dozen cameras. The little girl they laughed at just proved she was the smartest person in the room. Kevin stands, starts clapping. Slow, deliberate, then faster. Sophia joins, then others, one by one. Even contestants who doubted her. Standing ovation builds. Wave of recognition. Respect. Awe. Marcus in tech booth pumps his fist. Tears in his eyes. Amara stands at front, small, powerful, victorious. She did not just win a competition. She changed everything. The applause continues. Amara stands at front, overwhelmed. Dr. Lawson raises her hand. Room quiets. Brief recess while judges finalize scoring. 15 minutes. People move, talking, excited chatter. Amara walks to her station, legs weak, shaking from adrenaline. PS 55 students rush down, surround her, hugging, cheering. Claudette reaches her, wraps her in tight embrace, says nothing, just holds her and cries. Marcus comes down, kneels beside her. I knew you could do it. But then Amara notices. Ashford has not left. He stands near Judge's table, talking urgently to Michael Carter, pointing at papers, face red, animated. Dr. Lawson approaches them. Her expression hardens. After 2 minutes, she walks to the microphone. Face serious, not celebratory. "Excuse me. Attention, please." The room is quiet. People sense something wrong. "We have a situation. Dr. Ashford filed a formal complaint regarding irregularities in Miss Johnson's performance." Gasps. Murmurs. Amara's stomach drops. Dr. Ashford alleges Miss Johnson received unauthorized technical assistance during competition. Specifically, he claims her laptop was tampered with mid-competition, providing unfair advantage. Eyes turn to Amara. She looks at Marcus, his face pale. Ashford steps forward, takes mic. "I observed a technical assistant approach Miss Johnson's station during Challenge 3. He performed what he called routine check, but her laptop performance improved dramatically afterward. I am not accusing intentional cheating, but we must ensure competitive integrity." Looks directly at Amara. False sympathy. "If external assistance was provided, even unknowingly, rules require disqualification. I request a full equipment audit and review of all technical interventions." Room explodes in protest. "Ridiculous! She won fair." "You are discrediting her." Ashford holds up rulebook. Page 47, Section 12. Any external assistance, technical or otherwise, results in immediate disqualification. No exceptions. Dr. Lawson's jaw clenched. "This is serious. We must investigate." Looks at Amara, sympathy in eyes, but also duty. "Miss Johnson, did anyone provide technical assistance to your equipment during the competition?" Amara looks at Marcus, standing frozen. If she tells the truth, he loses his job. Maybe worse, if she lies and they find out, she loses everything. Colonel Reston stands. "I can provide testimony. I observed the entire competition. I saw the technical assistant approach her station." Ashford's smile returns, thin, victorious. "Then the matter is settled. Disqualification warranted pending investigation." Amara went from triumph to potential disqualification in 90 seconds. Trap has one more layer. Ashford just sprung it. Silence. Amara stands. "Yes, Marcus upgraded my RAM, 4 to 8 gigabytes. Gasps. Ashford smiles. "Then by rules..." "But my laptop was failing. He gave me the ability to work at the same level, not answers." Points at Kevin's station. "He has 16 gigabytes. I had 4. 5-year-old pawn shop laptop." Dr. Williams stands. "Equipment disparity is real." Marcus steps forward. "Her machine bottlenecked. I leveled the field." Colonel Reston speaks. "I observed. 2 minutes. No software, no code, just hardware." Dr. Lawson looks at Ashford. "Did you raise equipment concerns before?" Smile fades. "Equipment is contestant responsibility. So wealthy students bring expensive systems, but a Bronx girl cannot get RAM?" Turns to judges. "This was accessibility accommodation. Win stands." Room erupts, cheering. "I recommend a review of Dr. Ashford's competition role." Reston approaches. "Sir, we discuss Pentagon contracts now." Ashford walks to exit, passes Amara. Stops. Only she hears. "You cost me everything." She looks up. "No, you cost yourself everything when you assumed I could not be smarter than you." He leaves. Dr. Lawson announces, "Winner, Amara Johnson. Trophy. Check. MIT certificate. Dr. Martinez. MIT wants you this summer. Youngest scholar ever." Dr. Williams. IBM offers a full scholarship. 6 months later. MIT campus. Amara wears a scholar badge, works with PhD students, 2 published papers. Still lives with Claudette. Still mentors library kids. Voiceover. They laughed when a 10-year-old said she found what they missed. Stopped laughing when she proved every assumption was as flawed as their mathematics. Excellence does not ask permission, just shows up. Final frame. Amara at the library helping a young black boy learn Python. This is not just her story. It is yours too. Call to action, clear and direct. If someone ever told you that you are too young, too different, too anything to achieve something great, drop a comment right now and tell me about it. Share this story with one person who needs to hear it today. Just one. And hit subscribe to Black Voices Uncut, because there are more stories like Amara's out there, more underdogs proving everyone wrong, and we are going to tell every single one.
At Black Voices Uncut, we don't polish away the pain or water down the message. We tell it like it is because the truth deserves nothing less. If today's story spoke to you, click like, join the conversation in the comments, and subscribe so you'll be here for the next Uncut Voice.